Hello, good day, viewers. Recently, I was approached by a potential client. She instructed me to apply for her British citizenship application. Upon inquiry, I came to know that she just have stayed in this country for about 3 years as a spouse of a British citizen, and now she thinks that it's her time to apply for naturalization. I advised her to wait for more 2 years and then apply for ILR, followed by naturalization application. Certainly, that she was not really looking for this kind of advice. She was confident that it was her time. This kind of experiences I had quite few times, so I thought to make a quick video and try to address the root cause of this misunderstanding and the consequence of it. The spouses of the British citizen will apply for their naturalization application under Section 6.2 Schedule 1 of British Nationality Act 1981. If you go there, I have given a link. You can have a detailed study following this link, but I have only picked very relevant portion which is very much relevant to my topic today, to my video today. And this you can see in red color that this actually specifically says that the duration is indeed 3 years. Again, if you go to the naturalization booklet, the Home Office guideline on naturalization, go to page number 7. I've given the link here also for your detailed study, and I'm of course referring the latest version, which is October 22. Sorry, October 2022. Here it says that the legal requirement you should meet, look at the last line in red, have lived in the UK for a minimum of 3 years before you apply. So this could make someone confident about the claim. And yet again, if you go to gov.uk, look for application of citizenship of British spouse of British citizen. So this will come up, and I have picked the relevant portion again. Under eligibility and fees, you will see the last line, the claim is same, which is have lived in the UK for at least 3 years before the date of your application. So all of these three, or any one of these three, can make someone very confident about the fact that the time duration for spouses of the British citizen or the partner of a British citizen is indeed 3 years. And based on this understanding, based on these references and knowledge, if you apply, you are likely to be refused and you are likely to lose £1,330 because the application fee is non refundable. But the worst consequence is you could become overstay. Now, if you become overstay, your entire journey has to be started from the beginning. The journey will be reset, and of course, the journey has to start from outside of the UK, meaning you might have to leave the UK to start a fresh journey. So, why this 3 years route is a misunderstanding, or why this 3 years route really do not affect most of the applicant. We need to go back to the same place, Section 6.2 Schedule 1 of British Nationality Act 1981. Along with the 3 years requirement, they have mentioned another requirement, which is you must be free from any kind of time restriction on period, which otherwise is known as immigration time restriction. Nothing more is given in British Nationality Act anymore. you need to find out the meaning of immigration time restriction. So you need to go to the guideline again, the Home Office guide on AN naturalization booklet. Go to page number 14. It says that you have to prove that you are free from immigration time restriction. Immigration time restriction meaning that during the time you must be having some kind of valid visa. And after that, you don't have to go back to home office for any visa, meaning you are permanent in this country. You don't have to go to home office anymore. And you have to prove it. There are 7 or 8 ways to prove it. Detail is given in the booklet, but I have picked only one because that is the most easy and common way of proving that someone is free from immigration time restriction. That being, you must possess the biometric residence permit BRP, which will clearly say that you are permanent residents in the UK. This is otherwise known as ILR status, indefinite leave to remain status. So you must have ILR status also along with the residency requirement. Now let's see how to get this ILR status. For this, you have to go to Appendix FM of Immigration Rule. Link is given if anyone is interested for an in-depth study. You can, but I have again picked up the most relevant part, which being EILRP 1.31. May sound very complicated, but actually it is not. This paragraph says that it is the paragraph which will deal with eligibility of indefinite leave to remain as a partner, paragraph number 1.3, subparagraph 1. It gives you some information conditions which if you go through, it's easy to read, simple, clean English, but could be complicated, difficult to understand. To make it simple, I have highlighted the required part in red. It simply says, in its way, it says that someone has to live in this country continuously at least for 60 months, meaning 5 years with some conditions. And please note that there is no concession given for the spouses of British citizens. Thereby, to achieve ILR, you must live in this country for 5 years. If we combine all this information, we come to this conclusion. The spouses of British citizens will need only 3 years residence duration to apply for naturalization, but they will also need to have ILR status. And ILR is 5 years journey. Thereby, practically, British citizenship for the spouses of British citizens is also 5 year journey. At this point, you might think that if it doesn't help me, why this 3 years route is given in the British Nationality Act? Is it an intentional trap? Not really. This is, if it works as a trap, this is not for mentioning in 3 places the trap, source of the trap could be our ignorance or misunderstanding of the literature. Think someone who is in this country in the route of global talent and also a British spouse of a British citizen. Or think of someone who is in Tier 1 entrepreneur accelerated settlement and again incidentally he is or she is also a spouse of a British citizen. For this kind of route, the ILR journey is actually 3 years. But these routes, people in this route are very few. So we can consider this to be very exceptional. The number of global talent or Tier 1 entrepreneur, again married to British citizen, their number would be absolutely insignificant. For them, the ILR journey is 3 years Immediately after ILR, they can apply for British citizenship. So for them, the British citizenship journey is also 3 years. But it's not affecting most of the population, most of the applicants. Hope these references and explanation helps to come out of the misunderstanding. Don't make the mistake by reading here and there a little bit, and don't be influenced by the well wishes. Hope it helps. Many thanks for watching.